Today our topic is what is chemistry? What are the major things that we study in the chemistry? We really think from our childhood that chemistry is so hard, and the idea that is in the science about chemistry is that we cannot understand chemistry easily. Is that really is that really so hard that we can study chemistry? Let's talk about this. So what are the roles of chemistry? First of all, we will say that what are the roles of chemistry. So from that we can make an idea that how we study chemistry and what is chemistry. So role of chemistry is from, first of all, education. So from education, pharmaceutical, physics, environment, materials, polymers that we use, for example, plastics, etc. For businesses, we trade chemicals, and for forensics, like DNA and RNA, and nanotechnology that we use in mobile phone and the laptops and microcircuits, alternative fuel as hydrogen battery, and many other batteries that we are using or we will be using from uh, onward years. Yes. And biochemistry, the chemistry in our body, and computational chemistry. What is computational chemistry? We this is the These are the roles of chemistry that we study in chemistry in our daily life. These are the roles. So what is medicine, and how chemistry makes its role in plays its role in chemistry. And toxicology, for example, many types of toxics, and how we can make antidotes of that chemicals, like that, likewise snakes bite and other type of chemical toxics. We can make antidote of that type. First of all, chemistry tells us about the composition of matter, that how matter is formed. As we already know that matter is of four types, that is gases, liquids, solids, and plasma. So these matters, how are they composed? What are their composition? What are their basic composition? Here is the basic model of atom, and atom is the basic unit of matter. So here is the diagram where you can see these are the neutrons in red color, these are the protons in blue color, and electrons are revolving around this, around the nucleus and neutron and proton, that called nucleus. So electrons are revolving around the nucleus. This is the nucleus, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. The second thing, the next thing is that chemistry tells us that how atoms make bonds. So how do they make bond? What is the major phenomena for making the bond? Here you can see this is hydrogen atom and this is oxygen atom. Hydrogen atom has one electron in its outermost shell, and it is the only electron hydrogen has. And this is the other atom, that is oxygen, and oxygen has 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 6, 6 electron in its outermost shell. There are two electrons near the nucleus, but these are not shown here. So these two atoms can make bond. And this is the third, which is also a hydrogen atom, and it has also one electron in its shell. So there are two hydrogens as written here, and plus one oxygen. So this is the formula of water. If we make bonds of three atoms of this type, like two hydrogen and one oxygen, this molecule is formed of water. How it is formed? By making bonds. And what are the bonds? Bonds are nothing but the sharing of electron. Here is the electron of hydrogen and here is the electron of oxygen. They make share of these electron here and here. The same phenomena is repeated for these two atoms of hydrogen and one oxygen. So this is the major you can say secret about making bonds of sharing electron. Next, chemistry tells us which elements can make bonds. Okay, for example, if this is a central atom and maybe it's a carbon, here it is carbon, so it has already made four bond with other atoms. So this carbon atom, if it is alone, it can make four bonds. But if he already bonded the four atoms, it cannot make further bonds. This is the capacity of an atom. Atom has some limitations to make bonds. In previous, you can see here, hydrogen had made only one bond, but oxygen had made two bonds with two hydrogens. But hydrogen has the capacity to make only one bond. So this is the major difference between different elements, that how the bonds are made. There is a quote that every non-living thing is a living thing. We have seen that atoms are the building blocks of everything, every matter, from gas, liquids, solids, and to the plasma. So why or how these non-living things make the living thing? This is really compressed into one line, that is every non-living thing is a living thing. But how? We will see later. We have seen that chemistry is only the name of reaction. But before that, we will see chemistry tells us that how different type of matter is formed from same kinds of basic elements. The major idea behind these lines is that different type of matter means how gas is formed from oxygen and how water is formed, which is liquid, from hydrogen and oxygen, which these two are already gas, but when they combine with the proper ratio they make liquid, and how these two can make a solid one. So what is the concept behind that? You can see here's a general reaction. A and B can mix together to form a bond AB. Let's suppose it's a gas, and then this is the reverse reaction, and then an extra atom added to that, but it is not added, only substitution takes place, means this B is broken down and C bonded to the A, and this compound is formed. Let's suppose it's a liquid. Okay, now A and B molecule reacts with C and D, and these are, you can say, substituted or changed to another A and D, and this is supposed to be a solid. So these type of same element, that is A, can make different type of matter. Next one is that chemistry tells us how atoms lose their chemical and physical properties after making bonds among different types of elements. As I have earlier mentioned that hydrogen is a gas and oxygen is a gas, but when they bond together, when they make bonds or bond together, they have changed into water, and water is a liquid. So when they were alone, they were gases, but when they have mixed or made bonds, they become liquids. So this is the major thing that works behind a molecule of gas, liquids, and solids. And the next thing that contributes to their matter composition or type of matter are the density of the nucleus and number of electron an element have, or the number of element an electron have in its outermost shell. If an atom is a lighter one, means it has limited number of protons and neutrons. Supposedly it will be a gas. Or if an element has the complete outermost shell, it will be a gas. But this is random. It cannot be on the same line. Next, chemistry is the study of molecules and its composition. Or you can say chemistry is the study of composition of molecules. So how molecules are composed, as we have already learned that how molecules are being formed and what are their composition. Molecules are being made from the different types of atoms. So here's an example. 5 atoms are bonded together to make one molecule. Chemistry is the study of reactions or science of reactions. From our childhood and from our basic school classes, we have learned that, or we have imagined that chemistry is only related to the reactions that are practical and not theoretical. But we cannot approach the reactions and we cannot assume that how reaction will make a specific product. If we don't know about the chemistry of that element or molecules or solution, so the properties that an element have, these can be these cannot be you can say these cannot be learned practically one by one, but we can read them from the books. Chemical reactions are also important, but chemical theory is also important. Okay, that's the end of our video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment. If you like or dislike, why, let me know in the comment. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching my video, Zero versus Infinity.